Let's go ahead and go live. What up with it? It's your boy T Dub, Mr. What's Blazing in Sports. Mr. I'm back at it. Like a crack at it, giving you boxing geek girls this work. Guys, just fresh out of a business meeting. Didn't go too bad. It's gonna be a little shaking up. Um, but I want to talk this boxing, man. Let's get right into it. This is live. So do me a favor. If you're catching this when it's not live on replay, please smash that like button. Goes a long way. Consider subscribing to the channel, helping the flame grow and spread like a wildfire. Well, let's get it. Guys, I just want to know what is the hold up with Camboso making the deal with Devin Haney. Things are not going to their original plan. Now, I don't know the original plan, talking about George Cambosos. But from how it looked on the outside looking in, it appeared to me that the original plan was, one, not to fight Devin Haney, two, get a bidding war to drive up who he actually wants to fight, which could be Lomachenko, sound like at one time Ryan Garcia, and possibly Gervonta Davis. But I think Gervonta Davis made it very crystal clear that, listen, I'm not interested in your belts. I'm not going to fight you in Australia. I'll fight you, though, just to kick your butt, but I'm not going to do it that way. So that instantly let George Cambosos know that even with all those belts, ace out here, I'm not going to play ball like that in your court. You're going to have to come, do it this way, or we ain't going to do it. But it looks like Gervonta Davis already has a fight schedule, and looks like he has another mandatory. So Gervonta Davis could be busy for back-to-back fights, which that takes him off the table, right? Now we're looking at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up, I believe with Tio or whatever the guy's name is. And we have Lomachenko. Now, that's who we really wanted to fight. That's who we really want to fight. Now, if I think that even though George Cambosos, before winning the titles, he was talking about how Teofimo Lopez isn't really undisputed. He was talking about how once he beat Lopez, he was going to fight Devin Haney for real undisputed. And then as soon as he won it, once he started breathing that toxic air, he played change of heart. Now he is undisputed. Now he's acting like he, at least at the time being, that Devin Haney wasn't a fight that he immediately wanted to go into next. All of a sudden, he wanted a lot of options. All of a sudden, looks like George Cambosos wanted to sit back in the throne. You remember how Floyd Mayweather sat in that throne with the crown on, or Canelo with the crown on? George Cambosos was like, this is my time, right? And he was sitting back. And I truly believe that, at least on Devin Haney's side, they was trying to throw everything at George Cambosos, including the kitchen sink with running water and fresh pipes. They was trying to do, and probably still is trying to do, everything to secure that fight. But it just appeared that, in my opinion, that George Cambosos did not want to fight Devin Haney. He really wanted to go on and fight Lomachenko. Matter of fact, the reason I believe he really wanted to fight Lomachenko is because when he went to the Devin Haney fight, he was saying, yeah, we can talk. Remember, he just wanted to talk after seeing Devin Haney beat Jojo Diaz. Then he went to go watch Gervonta Davis fight, even before Lomachenko stepped in the ring. Didn't he already announce, I like what Lomachenko's doing. I'm going to fight Lomachenko next. Remember that? But, guys, in an unfortunate event, Lomachenko has decided to do the best thing for him and his country, and that's to fight for his country. And that is serious. That is serious on a level that a lot of us don't know, because, people could be losing their lives, right? He could be a major target. Anyone that's popular could have like a bounty, right? We don't know this. But the fact is, Lomachenko is not in a position to think about boxing whatsoever. He literally have bigger things, bigger fish to fry that is bigger than him that he's fighting for at this moment. Now, you would think that George Kambosos is cornered. You would think his back is against the wall, right? And the only person that's standing in front of him, breathing hard, right, making that you forced to fight now, is Devin Haney. All other viable options should be at this point off the table that he can go right into. And George Kambosos did say numerous times that he wanted a big fight in Australia, not just fighting some old rinky-dink just to get a win. Well, guys, now we are forced with either he's going to fight or flight. Because even when a dog is cornered, some kind of way they find a way to squiggle out, right? Remember, you can corner him all you want. He might run between your legs. He'll find a way to get out of that. But the thing is, man, I want to fight for Devin Haney. George Kambosos should want to fight with Devin Haney because as we are watching these fights, when we watch fights like Josh Taylor, right? When Josh Taylor fight in his hometown, sometimes you get decisions that you probably don't deserve. Some people thought Adrian Broner shouldn't have even got a draw against Adrian Granados. I believe it was a draw. Because a lot of times when you fight in your hometown or you have extreme home advantage, a lot of times you get things in your favor. Now, people say that Devin Haney is a light puncher. So if he is truly the light puncher that a lot of people believe, wouldn't George Kambosos want to fight him in Australia? Because even if a lot of us believe that if Devin Haney probably won the fight, if it's fair and square, that most likely, like Manny Pacquiao, you will not get the decision. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I got Devin Haney favored to win that fight, but part of me feels that Devin Haney can get robbed. And for Devin Haney to even want to take that fight like it is, it shows his level of belief in himself, his strength and his skills. Him just wanting the opportunity. Because we didn't see, listen, Ricky Hatton's son, right? Remember, I don't know if you guys know, but Ricky Hatton's son could be his last fight. He fought somebody that had a lot of losses. And many people believe that Ricky Hatton's son lost. Coming out there with that basic style, walking into punches, just swinging these big shots. But you getting tore up. Listen, Ricky Hatton's son got an extreme boxing lesson. But they had no judges. And it was up to the referee inside to call the fight, and he gave it to Ricky Hatton's son. Man, listen, part of me, I want Devin to get it, but part of me is like, bro, I kind of know that, you're going to have to do something special. You got to do something special because you can get robbed. And the only thing that happened is what's always been happening. We will complain it's a robbery and people will move on. We'll talk about the judges, the changes that should be made, and people move on. If it's going to be different from that, then I want to see it. Because as far as I know, it's just talk, right? Think about all the robberies. Now, you can talk about years ago, but it's years later, and there isn't really a change in robberies. You get these judges coming up with these predetermined scores. Listen, if Devin Haney don't severely beat Kambosos, I mean clearly beat him, clear, right? I'm talking about 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, 12-0. If he don't clearly beat, listen, if Devin Haney convincingly win 8 out of 4 rounds, that's probably a split decision. That's probably going to be a split decision. If it's an even fight, Devin Haney loses. You think Devin Haney won by round? He's going to lose. He has to. Like I said, man, but I take my hat off because I want to see it. The thing with this fight, and the reason why I am not a George Kambosos fan when it comes to this, is he has became everything, even more than what he said about Teofimo Lopez. He has become that. If George Kambosos were not a mandatory, and If Lopez didn't actively choose to fight him, so he didn't fight, Haney or somebody else, Jess Kambosos would have never got a shot. He'd have been somebody complaining how the people that has the belts don't give, the people that work their way up to the actual shot that they get. Now that he has the belts, he should actually give Devin Haney a shot. Because Devin Haney was in a position that was actually better than the position you were in when you fought Teofimo Lopez. You had no belts. You brought nothing to the table. You was a mandatory that wasn't even called. You was chosen. Haney had a belt. It was not clear with the WBC champion, not champion. Still trying to work that out. Haney has the belt that you can trace back and say, you can't trace that franchise belt. You trace that franchise belt. It has 3 owners now, and 2 of them lost it. I'm like, it has no. If I'm saying, I'm looking at the lightweight division. It has no successful defense. It is not. Whoever had a franchise title has not been able to defend it once. Not even once. Guys, like I said, man, Lomachenko's out. I want to see him come back. Take my hat off to what he's doing. But when it comes to boxing, that kind of spoiled the plans of George Kambosos. Obviously, I think he'll never do an interview with me. He probably won't like the words that I'm saying, but this put a wrinkle in their plans. In my opinion, they plan to just raise the prices for Devin Haney, sign for Lomachenko. If you can't get Lomachenko, probably Ryan Garcia. Because think about it, if he has not signed with Devin Haney yet, he might be still trying to hold out for Ryan Garcia. He still might be holding out for Ryan. He's trying to fight anybody but Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia's an option. Remember, he wanted to fight Lomachenko. Ryan doesn't even have a belt. Like I said, man, I hope Haney gets it, and I hope he wins. I hope Haney do something that we don't see a lot. I would love to see him. I don't know if he can sleep Kambosos, but just knock him on his butt a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Because when you knock somebody on their butt a couple times and you outboxing them, it's really hard to get robbed. But it's your boy, American Patrol. What's up, Chip? Yeah, man. Talking about this boxing. I'm excited. I'm out. I'm walking. I'm trying to get my steps in. I put a shirt on the other day, yesterday. Used to be a loose fitting shirt. And I put that thing on. It was tight around my neck. It was rolled around my stomach. No, I was like, oh, T-Dub, what happened, bro? What happened? Why me? Why? Then I started thinking about that fried chicken, sweet and spicy, all that bread and pasta. I'm like, man. But listen, I did hear that Kambosos and Haney are still trying to come to an agreement. It did look more on a positive side that they can make it happen. But you know what, man? Listen, Kambosos' plans, they ruined. He really should, at this point, stick to his original agreement. Because even though we all know that he was coming off with a lot of BS, that he was not trying to stick with his agreement, that he was trying to fight everybody but Devin Haney, he can always come back, says, I told you I'm going to fight you. I was going to fight you, and I'll fight you now. I'm going to bring you to Australia, and I'm going to beat you. He can talk it, right? Even though we know that ain't really what he want, but if he actually end up doing it, he can argue his case. I was just buying time to get the money right. The money wasn't right. Now it's right now, and we're going to fight. He could do all this talking then. And Haney going like, yeah, okay, I'm ready. I'll be over there. I told you I'm willing to do whatever. Now we got the deal done. Yes, sir. Many are experienced. See belly at this point. Yeah. So many are experienced in see belly. Man, listen, boy, I got a sweater on right now too. So I was just talking about yesterday. I got a sweater on right now. I mean, you know when it's tight, man. It's all tight in my armpit, I'm trying to pull the sleeves down. It ain't working. I'm like, geez, man. So I like, all right. I had to dust off this old app that I'm using my phone to get these steps in. Ate a light lunch today. Uh, I gotta get it in. Man, I can tell that I can tell when I'm picking up weight, my back start hurting all bad. Damn, my back hurt, man. But ready for this boxing, man. Oh man, I can't wait to see if Devin Haney gets this. I'll be happy for the kid. But again, anything can happen because George Kamabosos can't fight. He had a good win against Devin Lopez. Lopez had it. Listen, like even when I called that fight live, it was like Lopez just thought he was literally going to go in there and knock this man out. It's like Kamabosos didn't even have to set traps because Lopez was just walking into it. I mean, Kamabosos could have just reacted. He was just walking forward. If you are losing a fight, here's a tip for some of you guys. If you are losing a fight by doing the exact same thing, maybe change what you're doing, right? Ain't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result? See, everybody trying to be like Canelo, march forward, get the knockout. But a lot of times, Canelo is not really getting beat like that coming forward. Because nowadays, the guys that fight him, the ones that he's been fighting, a lot of these guys have fear. They don't want to commit with their punches. They're backing up without a real plan. They're not backing up to set traps. They're backing up just to escape. They're backing up not to get trapped, not to get hit. But Devin Lopez he just came out there just throwing shots. He made Kamabosos look good. He made him look good. He eating counter punches. He made him look good. Dropping Lopez. He made him look good. And something but different, like Terrence Crawford. When Terrence Crawford had that switch, when they told him he was behind against that Sean Porter fight, he stood up, made that switch like over the top, and he turned on to it. He brought Bud out. Kamabosos made that switch because the first Kamabosos were like, he was telling Lopez, "You ain't undisputed." He said, "You're fake undisputed. Once I beat you, I'm gonna fight Devin Haney for real undisputed." Then once he got that win, he had that switch, changed his Instagram, his Twitter to undisputed. he started trying to make these guys have a bidding war for him. See, what he really wanted to do was just sit back and have these guys bid for him. He wanted to be like the prettiest girl in school, and all the guys have to outdo the other guys on what they would do to get a date with her. So he was sitting back, right? He don't have a contract with no network, but he feels because he has the belts and a franchise title. Think about this. He has a belt and franchise title that he can sit back and make Haney bid for him, Lopez bid for him. He wanted to get as many people can bid as possible. That's why he can raise it all up. He wanted to tell Devin Haney, "Well, listen, I would fight you, but Lopez has offered me $4 million." And then Haney comes up and says, "Well, we'll give you $5 million." Then he go to Lomachenko like, "Listen, I want to fight you, Lomachenko. I told everybody I want to fight you, but Haney said he's gonna give me $5 million. What are you gonna do?" "Well, I give you $6 million. I'll fight you. I give you a rematch in your hometown. I agree to all of it." Then he go back to Haney. "Well, listen, man. Lomachenko says not only gonna give you higher, but he gonna agree to all this." Haney come back. "I do all that plus raise the money." Now you would think this. This is what you would think. You done got all these guys hot. You still want to go with Lomachenko because you ain't signed with Haney. Because last thing we heard was Haney was going to do everything Lomachenko did, plus raise the pot of money a little bit more. Now Lomachenko is off the table, right? He's off the table. He's not even an option. But yet you have Kamabosos still trying to use. He still want to fight Lomachenko. He's off the table. He's acting like the Eminem stand You know, dear Kamabosos, I've been calling. You ain't picking up. Now I'm out here crying, balling. I don't know. But he still want to fight Lomachenko. He still ain't signed to Devin Haney. Listen, that should have been signed right now. It's crazy. I saw an article where they said that Kamabosos is going to wait for one more week for Lomachenko to see if he's going to come back. Bro, he's in a war, man. How many wars do you know in 1 week? How many do you know? I haven't met that. I haven't met one yet. Listen, this one really just starting. You think all of a sudden it's going to be like, it's going to stop in a week? And then he's going to come back and just and fight in June when he is not even boxing training? Kamabosos, man, you better fight Haney, bro. You're gonna get the biggest payday, and it's for real undisputed. Because even if you fight Lomachenko, if you fight Ryan Garcia, doesn't matter. WBC says yes, he's undisputed. He's undisputed. Doesn't matter. The people are still gonna be like, bro, you're not. You're gonna have some that say you are. You're gonna have some that say you're not. But the one thing that can clear that up is to fight Haney, defend against Haney, receive from Haney, and then that's clearly undisputed. But it's your boy T-Dub. It's Blazing the Sports. Appreciate you guys for giving me time who caught this live and catch it on replay. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, right? Don't watch this and not smash the like. It's crazy. I was talking to my brother, like, man, I said, some people really do watch it, enjoy the entertainment, but they won't smash that like button. Like, nah, I ain't gonna smash. I know he want me to smash, but I ain't gonna smash it. You know, like I don't care how much he say it'll help out. I ain't gonna smash it. But next time we do a video, I'm gonna watch it. It's your boy T-Dub, and I'm out.